Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown Live 205 Live results. Also birthdays. Going to UFC, he said. Now is the time to pull the trigger. He's not getting any younger. I fully support whatever he wants to do. He also said John Cena and the Usos are the two acts that are heads and shoulders above everybody else on the microphone. Reigns called Daniel Bryan one of the best ever to step inside the ring. He added, you want me to turn heel? Put me with Daniel Bryan. Reigns didn't have an estimate on when Dean Ambrose would return, but did say, we need him. He said Ambrose is rehabbing like a madman and has moved to Birmingham, Alabama, confirming it full time to recover from his injury. Roman also went on how he deals with wrestlers like Enzo Amore having heat. What he told CM Punk, he praised Seth Rollins, saying that he has grown as a performer in every area. He added that Rollins has also developed into a real locker room leader, which wasn't the case. When asked if he would watch CM Punk's next fight, Reigns replied, if it lasts more than 30 seconds. And John Cena appeared on the Today Show on Monday and made it clear that he is still in love with Nikki Bella. Cena shot down any speculation on looking elsewhere or enjoying the single life, as he still wants to marry Nikki. Still wants to start a family with her and still wants to spend the rest of his life with her. And that was according to Cena. And that's probably the reason why he kind of broke up with her, because she at the time did not want to have kids. And you can read, go to todayshow.com, whatever the website is, to get more news on that. And there's a video that I'll post later of the action with Nikki Bella as well. Nikki appeared with Sister Bree at the Universal Studios up front in New York City simultaneously, as the Today Show is taped across the street from the NBC Universal Studios is across the street from the Today Show building. And they were also there with other stars like Ronda Rousey, Stephanie McMahon, Nia Jax, who challenged Ronda Rousey and accepted. And Ronda's like, look around, like, really? You just challenged me? Anyways, the Bella twins being interviewed on the red carpet at Radio City Music Hall, where the event was held. Wow. Well, speechless, Nikki nervously laughed and reacted after having some of Cena's moments. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Bella twins talked about the upcoming season of Total Bellas and how intense it will be. Nikki believes it is the best season of Total Bellas yet, and it will feature Daniel Bryan's amazing comeback, a lot of wedding planning, and the issues between she and Cena. which are apparently brought on by the wedding planning. Nikki said, "Cold feet before marriage definitely exists. I'm at the point in my life where I feel like I kind of lost me, and I want to get me back and work on me. I just want John and I both to live happily ever after, whether it's together or separate," as Nikki said. "I just don't want us to go down the road in life and have regrets. So I think it's okay in relationships to take that moment. The day I say my vows, I want to say them once, and I want to fully mean them. That's what made me hesitant. If I'm ready to say these vows." Nikki admitted the cameras do add pressure, as she feels so much from the filming the world, her family, and Cena. She said she started taking care of everyone and forgot about herself, which is what caused her to go through something similar to stamping or a breakdown. Nikki also told Access that Cena is the love of her life. She believes that there may be a future, but right now she thinks that they have to step away and reevaluate life, which is where she's at now. And Nikki says she is doing good, but she has some good days and some bad days. We also talked about Nikki living in a guest bedroom at Bree and Daniel Bryan's house, which Bree is enjoying. Nikki said she is sleeping on a pull-out couch in their guest bedroom. She says she is enjoying the time with Bree and niece Birdie Joe. Bree joked about that she cooks and cleans for Nikki, but she's glad she can be there to support her through the hard time. Nikki again told E! News that Cena is the love of her life, calling him an amazing man and saying she is lucky to have the 6 years with him. There are some of us, we hope in the end it can work out, and I just think that the most important part is you want to make sure that you live the rest of your life happy. Nikki said you don't want people to force things and you have to change themselves so much. So those are the things we're just stepping away and seeing what we both really want out of life. And when we come back together, we will make us happy for the rest of our lives. We both want to live. We don't want to live in regret. So we're being very mature, which is great. So we'll see. And can be found in that link for you. WKBW in Buffalo, New York notes that Ronda Rousey will make her Buffalo in-ring debut at Monday Night Raw on July 16th at the KeyBank Center. This next report is by April Lavelle on the Glow Netflix series. When I first heard about Netflix series, I couldn't help but feel like the show was meant for me. As a woman who loves wrestling and big hair, the prospect of a series that revolved around female wrestlers was extremely intriguing. When I heard that the show was created and produced by a female-led team of Liz Flahav, Carly Minch, and Gingy Cohan, I knew that it would be a bingeable excursion worthy of not leaving my apartment for 3 days. For the record, I finished it in a day and a half. Oops. First 3 episodes of Glow were not what I expected. I wasn't disappointed per se, but after nearly 2 years of watching, the show felt a bit directionless. In the pilot episode, we meet theater kid all grown up Ruth Wilder, performed by Alison Brie, and her soap opera star turned housewife best friend Debbie Egan, who is played by Betty Gilpin. We also learned that Wilder is boinking Egan's jerky husband, Rick, who's played by Rick Summer, behind her back. The show focused largely on the tumultuous relationship between the two leads, especially in the early episodes, leaving me feeling cold toward the characters. It is hard to care about characters you don't feel emotionally invested in. That being said, Glow started to find its footing when their larger ensemble was featured, allowing the show to shine just as its name suggests it will. And the show picked up speed after downtrodden director Sam Sylvia, aka Mark Marone, assembled his team of misfit, first-time wrestlers, and we were introduced to the somehow likable Rich Yuppie Bash. Standouts like Gail Rankin and Sheila, the She-Wolf, an actual professional wrestler, Kia Stevens, formerly known as Karma, and Awesome Kong. To TNA fans, Karma to WWE fans, plays the part as Cham, or Tamay, Dawson, round out the strong cast and are criminally underutilized on the show. Seeing small glimpses of each woman's personality was the most compelling part of Glow, and I felt left wanting more of that. Marone does his usual cynical curmudgeon bit, but in the context of the show, it works wonderfully. We can only hope that in the future seasons, Glow will take a page out of Genji Cohen's other Netflix hit, Orange is the New Black, and better flesh out each character's backstory. Also, in the future seasons, it would be probably better if the creators stopped trying to convince us that Allison Brie is ugly. Even with bad hair and thick eyebrows, I ain't buying it. No one is. I know that many women, myself included, were excited at the prospect of Glow because we would see a very masculine industry, professional wrestling, presented through a more feminist lens. The reason I got into wrestling late in the game was that I never felt welcome as a fan. Mainstream wrestling always made it abundantly clear that the sport was a boys' club. Many fans and wrestling promotions, big and small, fostered an exclusionary environment that showed that women were valueless sex objects used primarily as eye candy or worse. It was only after the women's revolution that I saw a place for me in the wrestling community as a fan. And even now, female fans are continually working hard to ward off toxic male fans who feel that their territory is being encroached upon. How does this all relate to the show? In my opinion, Glow presented the female experience in the wrestling community accurately. I think the show could have easily slipped into an overly simple, cliche, girls rule type of show, riding the feminism trend, but offering no real substance. Instead, it shows the very real and very relatable ways women have to navigate the male-dominated spaces. Ruth can't tell Sam to F off and stop being such a creep. If she did, she would be fired. Debbie can't just leave her cheating husband because he provides for her and her son. Instead, we see women doing what women do every day. Toe a fine line to preserve both their livelihoods and their dignity. Although Bash and Sam are the ones in charge of Glow, they quickly fall apart, and we get to see the lady wrestlers take the reins and pick up the pieces, creating a show that perhaps is completely representative of them, but is a direct result of their commitment, their hard work, and their persistence. All of that to say, there is one area where Glow faltered the actual wrestling. I understand that much of this season was establishing the world time period and characters, but I felt that there wasn't enough wrestling in a show about wrestling. Throughout the 10-episode season, we only get to see 2 actual wrestling shows. This is a measly amount of wrestling action when compared to an entire season. 2 episodes where the women do have matches were my favorite moments of Glow. The first season of Glow is definitely worth checking out. Gripes aside, I think season 1 serves as a sign of promising things to come. The show has some insanely fun moments and features superb acting and world building throughout. Before you watch, I would highly suggest taking the time to check out the documentary on the actual company in the campy 80s wrestling show entitled Glow. the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. That's what GLOW stands for. The last item of the series is not only a beautiful summation of the show, but of women's wrestling as a whole. We're not there yet, as she stated, and you can find her as she has now joined ProWrestling.net staff late in June 7th, from June of 2017, and you can follow her online on Twitter.com. I'm a toothbrush. IMA. Well, I'll just post a link for there. And also AprilLavel.com. I'll post both of those links for you. Also noted, Allison Brie and Mark Marone did star. Other cast members include Britt Baron, Jackie Tawn, Kimmy Gatewood, Rebecca Johnson, Kate Nash, and Sunita Maney. The series is based on the defunct Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling promotion. Other news, Impact Wrestling's next TV tapings will be on June 1st and 2nd in Windsor, Ontario. And on Twitter, Impact has already announced former WWE Cruiserweight Champion Rich Swann will be making his debut for the company. I think it's going to be on the second episode of that taping. Thanks to Daniel Higgs for the following SmackDown. Spoilers, now, results from England. Daniel Bryan opened the show and is interviewed by Renee Young in the ring. They finally get the chance and the pops to quiet down. Bryan talks about wanting to win the WWE title, but is interrupted by a big Cass. This leads to a brawl, and Bryan takes out the one knee of Cass. Bryan then applies a submission and tightens it as officials and referees break it up. Fans chant, "Yes, Borgasms," as Cass is helped to the back. I watched the show myself, and he was not helped to the back. He was just limping. And the referees did have to separate the two. And that was basically it. New Day defeated the Bar. New Day will now get to select a member to enter the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. That was stipulation of the match. Backstage promo with SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Bludgeon Brothers inviting teams to come and play. I did not see that segment myself. My feed was terrible. Backstage segment with Paige making Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose versus Becky Lynch in a Money in the Bank qualifying match for later on. Of course, that was already advertised. Another backstage segment with Renee Young interviewing AJ Styles about his match as the main event against Shinsuke Nakamura. And the winner gets to choose stipulation for their match. And he commented about something about a pole on a pole match. Andre Cena almost made his debut with Zelina Vega, formerly known in TNA as Thea Trinidad. Austin Aries is, I don't know if they're still together, but I thought they may have been fiance. Somebody knows more about that? Please comment in the comment section of my videos. And SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella came out for her royal malibration. And it's supposedly a grand spectacle. You got the, London guards, what have you. I'm throwing my point of view into the thing here. She was interrupted by General Manager Paige, who announced that Asuka versus Carmella at Money in the Bank. I didn't hear that because my feed went out at that point as well. Buffered and what have you. Becky Lynch in the match defeated Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to qualify for your Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And Samoa Joe versus Big Cass and Lana versus Billie Kay will take place next week as your finals qualifying matches. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated AJ Styles in the non-title main event, and Nakamura will now get to pick stipulation for their title match at Money in the Bank. This was described as the best AJ Styles versus Nakamura match yet. In the second report, I'll give the first two matches because it was a little bit different than the first part. New Day defeated Sheamus and Cesaro to earn the one spot in the Money in the Bank match. Xavier Woods got the pinfall by elbow drop from the top rope, Macho Man style. One of the New Day members will be in men's Money in the Bank match. My guess, prediction, going to be Kofi Kingston gets the match. Page promo announced women's triple threat match for later. AJ Styles delivered a promo and hinted at choosing a pole on a pole match. That's the difference between the two and the two reports. And all it said was an interview, and I threw in that the pole on pole because I already knew about reading this. Andre Cien Almas made his debut with Zelina Vega, formerly known as Thea Trinidad, defeated a local enhancement wrestler, didn't get a name, not even on the show. They also delivered a heelish promo. The rest of the report, like I said, was identical, so I just gave this brief report. Thanks to Daniel Higgs again for the following 205 Live with spoilers. Well, now results from the tapings in London, England. Tyler Bate defeated Kenny Williams, Callisto, and TJP in a fatal four-way. Bate hit the Tyler Driver 97 on TJP to get the pinfall. They did some promotion for the match between Buddy Murphy and Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander on the May 29th episode. Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami will take place next week. Backstage segment with Flash Morgan, Cedric Alexander, and Mustafa Ali. Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, and Flash Morgan defeated Drew Gulak, James Drake, and Joseph Connors in the main event. And apparently Jeff Hardy versus Miz was your dark match main event. And apparently either before or apparently one report from a fan said that Jeff was limping as he was coming to the ring. And this little video here that shows that he was limping as he was trying to do a running forearm to the head, as he actually was jumping over the steel steps. Well, he kind of slipped. It looked like some fan threw some trash on the thing, slipped around, missed him, and had to readjust and deliver the forearm shot to Miz's head, as you see in the video. Also, other news, WWE made a mistake on their website advertising Bossier City, Louisiana for July the 3rd SmackDown TV tapings. It does still say CenturyLink Center, but on the headlines it says CenturyLink Center Omaha. It's a WWE Live Omaha. My buddy that texted me on Friday told me about the advertisement that he got from the app, the WWE app. I went to the website myself. It did say as Bossier City, Louisiana. I made a comment and say on WWE about that, and I guess they finally changed it, so it is now corrected. It is not July the 3rd event in Bossier City. It is Omaha, Nebraska. But they still are advertised for June the 10th. And the main event is still Roman Reigns advertised against Samoa Joe, but that's probably going to change because Samoa Joe is on SmackDown and added to the show from the previous Who Wants to Walk with Elias? What does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. What does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. Actually, it's World Wrestling Entertainment. And my buddy came over last night, and I have a new imitation, and sounds like $1 Million Man. If you want to listen to it, I'll give it to you. Everybody's got a price on $1 Million Man. Well, that's my version of it. I didn't think I sounded like him. Anyways, see you wannabe. Thanks for watching. Peace out. If you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.